Hello everybody, this is Mr. Kimmel with another screencast for Life Science. In this lesson we're going to learn how evolution works. Jean-Baptiste Lamarck was a French scientist in the 18th century who is famous for his theory of acquired characteristics. His theory was based on the belief that individual organisms could make changes to themselves and then pass those changes on to their offspring. He explained that giraffes got their long necks because individuals would stretch their necks to reach their food, and then they would pass on the stretched necks to their offspring. Charles Darwin was an English naturalist that lived in the 18th and 19th centuries. He traveled around the world and collected observations on his voyage. His observations led him to his theory of evolution by natural selection, which the scientific community still uses today to explain how organisms have changed over time. Natural selection is the process by which organisms with favorable adaptations survive and reproduce at a higher rate than organisms with the less favorable adaptations. Here we can see a lizard eyeing some beetles. Notice how the green beetles blend in with the leaf more easily than the brownish ones. Which ones do you think he's more likely to eat? He's more likely to eat the brown ones because they're easier to spot. More of the green ones will survive to reproduce and pass on their green genes to their offspring. Over time, there may not be any more brown variations of this beetle because they will not have survived. Let's look more closely at how evolution by natural selection works. First, there's a variation in traits in a population. Second, populations over-reproduce. That is, all organisms produce more offspring than can survive to adulthood and reproduce. Many of those offspring will die without reproducing. Third, individuals with favorable adaptations survive and pass on their traits. Lastly, the favored adaptation accumulates in the population over time and eventually leading to a new species. Here's a variation in a mollusk species. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.